chat? How we doing? How we doing, chat? How we doing? Hi, 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 hi. Where are we? Where are we? Where? Where? That was nice, Echo. Thank you, thank you. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. I feel like I need some music, but I need some copyright-free music. Let's see while we're getting introduced. Let's see if my stream playlist, my old stream playlist, is gonna get the VOD smacked. We'll find out. We'll find out. We'll find out. Hello, everyone. How we doing? How we doing? Because I'm doing great. As you can tell, I'm so fucking hype. I'm so ready. The vibes in this fucking voice call right now have been immaculate. I could be better, not gonna lie. Because I broke. Oh no! Hi there, Carmen. What a jump scare. You know me. You know me. I can't not be hyper, especially at a time like this. Oh my god, it's so fucking early in the morning for me. I'm so ready. I'm so buzzed. Oh no, Dracula. What are you doing now, Mavis? Oh, oh, that's POV. We love POV. Yeah, right. Oh no, broken. Like, I hope you're doing all right. Other than, of course, the broken leg. So as you can tell, there is, including me, 5 people here. Usually we have at least 6. So we are going to see how today goes. It's gonna be very interesting because there's a lot of characters. There is. You want to see it? Do you want to chat? Let me get the number for you. There is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11. There is 12 characters and there's 5 of us. Carmen's drinking coffee mixed with Monster Energy. I fucking wish. Holy shit, I'm running on hopes and dreams right now. It's great though. It's great. Lack of sleep, surprisingly enough, for some fucking reason, helps energy levels, at least for me. I've seen y'all do Reza. I'm sure you got. Yeah, we'll be fine. I don't see why not. I'm sure it'll be fine. So today's gonna be fun. We're doing the garden party today. For those who have seen Apothecary Diaries, we are doing the garden party, which, if I remember correctly, is episode 5. I should be correct. Didn't you once voice like 4 characters in the podcast at one time? I think so. I might have. Because I did. What did I do? There was a point where I did Gluttony, I did Melee, I did Volcanica, and I think I filled in for Ram at one point, all in the same stream. So, yeah. But it'll be fun. For those who don't know me, I'm Carmen. My name's Carmen. I'm a VTuber, a voice actor, and the owner of the Bloomkeeper Borough Flower Shop. Oh, we got one more person joining in. Oh boy, yippee! We're not going to be alone. It's gonna be great. Make sure to hit that like, subscribe, and follow button on all of the different platforms. Because if you don't, I will cry and sob and I'll be really sad. And YouTube tells me that only 1% of viewers are subscribed to the channel, so hit that subscribe button and that like button, and for more Project Apothecary. Woo! I'm just fucking rambling now. I'm gonna undeafen. Hi guys, how we doing? Hi Sack. Perfect timing, by the way. How you guys all feeling? How you guys all feeling? Hi. Yes, we can hear you. Yeah. Oh, nice. Okay, so no, you're all good. You're all good. So what I'm gonna do? Whoa! What did I tell you? What? Oh god, you guys have been muted this entire time. Whoops. We're fine now. We're fine now.
That's probably for the best.
You're free. You're free from mute jail.
It's like opening a cage of ravenous animals.
Yeah.
We're free.
So.
At last.
So what we're gonna do today is since Daniel and Zach are joining us, we're gonna move some characters around a little bit. Specifically the 3 male characters. ladies,
Yay.
sorry, we're still stuck.
Gahoy!
Okay, so
Yes, I don't have to be schizophrenic.
hey,
Let's go.
hey, Zach, how do you feel about Gaoshin?
Gaoshin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do a Gaoshin.
Yeah, and Daniel, you will be Lihaku. Lihaku's only got 2 lines, so
I don't know any of
you
these
enjoy.
characters.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. You just gotta know.
Got 2 lines to
We'll be
figure it out.
fine.
You've got 2 lines to figure out. He's just a real big puppy.
Wait, he only has 2 lines?
Yeah.
One. Okay.
Yeah,
He is
he
a very silly boy.
he's a puppy.
Engaging in tomfoolery indeed.
Yay. So I'm gonna be silly?
You're gonna be real silly. It's gonna be
You're
great.
gonna be very silly.
Oh, great.
You're gonna be very silly for 2 lines.
If you would like, I can give you a chapter to narrate, a chapter or 2, but you don't have to.
Not recommended.
I want to have fun, so do
Yeah,
anything.
exactly.
Give me anything. Give me.
Yeah, you wanna narrate?
I value my
take
life.
it.
So,
All right.
Give me.
All right, Taildy, you're free from 19 and 20. Daniel, you got 19 and 20.
Oh, so then
wait,
hold on. Let me see.
Where are we? Okay, wait.
Unless
Sorry,
you want to
I'm lost.
do, 1920 and Daniel does 2122. We can do it either way.
Yeah, I can do 21, 22.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so what we'll be doing is we'll start at the top of the call. We'll start with Chi. We'll introduce ourselves and who we're going to be voicing today, and then we'll go from there.
Oh, yeah.
Guys, I'm so nervous.
You'll be fine.
Me too.
You
My
got
palms
it.
are sweating. I feel like an assistant with like too many documents with all the tabs I have on my screen.
Chi, who are you?
Gulp.
I'm Chi. I'm thankfully only Jinchi. Yay!
Daniel, who are you?
Hi, I'm Daniel. Is this live?
Yeah.
Yeah, checks out. Checks out.
What's the character's name? Guys, help.
Lihaku, and you'll also be narrating.
I am Lee Haku, and I'm also narrator.
Yeah,
Nice.
good job.
Yippee.
Hello, everyone. My name's Carmen. Everybody say hi, Carmen.
Hi. Okay, thank fuck you guys joined.
Today, I'm going to be playing Mao Mao and Li Shu, and also narrating chapter 23 and 24. This is the point where you clap.
Yay!
Thank you.
Guys, did you hear that too? I'm not doing this voluntarily. Man, she's good, dude.
I thought that was a great introduction.
POV, who are you?
Yes. Hi, I'm POV, also known as Dima. Today I'll be voicing Aelin, Ying. Oh Lord, have mercy. Ying Hua and Gai Yan. God, for anyone that speaks Mandarin, feel free to send me a lengthy email, like with a lot of cuss words. So yeah, looking forward to it. My palms are sweating.
Knees weak, arms are heavy.
Need the names
Spit out my
on the
water.
chat.
I'm spaghetti. Why is there
Spaghetti.
creepy music? What the fuck? Why is there creepy music? Sorry, go on.
Zach, who are you?
So yeah, my name is Zach, or Secondly, and I'm gonna be voicing Gaoshin today.
Woo!
So yeah, looking forward to it.
Fan favorite Gaoshin.
Yum.
Hi,
Tail.
it is Taildi. Hi. I will be. Let's see. Today I am Honyon. I'm Lihua. I'm Gyokyo, and also narrator for chapters 21 and 22.
Yay! Yeah!
Very nice.
All right, yippee bug, calm down.
Silence in the Coliseum.
Alright, is everyone ready to start reading?
Yes.
Yes.
By the way, Daniel,
Yes.
if you need to tap out at any point, do just let me know, and either I or Taildy can take over for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what we'll be doing is we'll read the chapter title, and we'll read the whole chapter. You'll read the second chapter title, so you'll read 19, and then you'll read 20, and then you'll be done after chapter 20. We won't do too much pausing.
Thank goodness.
We might do just a little bit of a pause break after 21 and 2 before we do 3 and 4, but yeah, it'll be fun.
Awesome. Awesome sauce.
Awesome. Is everybody ready?
Awesome. Yeah,
All right.
baby.
Let's do this.
Yippee! Let's go! All right, Daniel, whenever you're ready.
The garden party was a banquet held in the middle court. A crimson carpet has been laid out in a large gazebo. There were 2 rows of long tables, with the seat of honor established at the far end. The arrangement was that the emperor will be sitting on the seat of honor, the empress dowager and the imperial brother on both his sides. The noble consort and the wise consort will be sitting on the east side, and the virtuous consort and the pure consort west side. With the death of the crown prince, the current imperial brother from the same mother was currently first in line of succession. Still, God forgive me, Mao Mao could only I hope I got that right. Still, Mao Mao could only think they were arranged like this to start a quarrel. It cannot be helped if the 4 madams' hostility were stirred up this way. The imperial brother lives an obscure lifestyle in spite of his mother being the Empress Dowager. He was supposed to sit on the seat of honor, making a public appearance, but the seat was empty. He rarely left his room due to his weak constitution and doesn't perform his official duties either. There were all sorts of speculations circling about him. Some say the many years younger brother was pampered by the emperor, or that he was confined to his room, or that he wasn't allowed to go outside as the Empress Dowager doted on him too much. Well, that had nothing to do with Mao Mao. The dishes came out past noon. She was enjoying acrobatics and dance performances. Only the head attendant, Honyan, accompanied consort Gyokyu, as far as they were not needed. The other attendants waited for instructions behind the curtain. The princess was being rocked by the Empress Dowager. The woman's drifting elegance and her unfading beauty did not pale in comparison to the four madams around her.
They should have prepared more cover.
Although it was a curtain, it was only good enough to give shade, and nothing as a windbreaker. Even Mau Mau and the others who had hand warmers found it cold. It must be unbearable for the other consorts and their attendants. As expected, the other backup attendants were trembling. Some of them were standing pigeon-toed. She thought that right now would be a good time to go to the toilet, but considering the other consorts' attendants' standpoints, they might not be able to go. Worrying, the four madams' attendants were wishing for a war by proxy for their masters. The head attendants, who had the position, warned them against doing this, were by their respective consort sides. There's no one to stop them. At present, the image of the dispute was Consort Gyoko's army versus Consort Luhua's army. I hope I got that right. And Pure Consort's army versus Virtuous Consort's army. By the way, the whole of Consort's Gyoko military had 4 people. Not even half of the maids on the other side thought it was somewhat unfavorable. Yinghua tried her best.
Huh? Plain you say. Are you stupid? A maid is someone who serves a master, right? What's the point of dressing up for no reason?
It seems they were having a dispute over their outfits. The outfits of the attendants on the other side, as they served Consort Luhua, were blue-themed, with a shawl and lots of accessories. A whole lot gaudier compared to their own.
What are you saying? Your master will have it hard if you look bad. I knew it. They can only employ that plain woman. Hey, looks like I'm being made a fool before everyone's eyes.
Mau Mau thought about other people's affairs. Needless to say, the plain woman was none other than herself. The palace lady who had puffed out her chest with pride was one of the people Mau Mau had opposed before. Though the woman had a strong personality, she lacked the guts to go with it. And for every little thing, she would say, "As my father said, it was too much loud and exchanged tit for tat." When Mau Mau told her, "Then don't tell people what to do and use your body to do it," she became frightened and wouldn't approach her.
Did she not get the prostitute-style joke?
At the very least, it wasn't something aimed towards a naive young lady.
If there are things you don't want people to see, you put them away, right? It's shameful to bring along such an ugly woman. And you even gave her a single piece of jewelry?
It seemed that she noticed Mau Mau's circumstances completely.
What a mean thing to say, even though we were together for 2 months.
When she attacked the other 2 attendants... Oh, that was not English. When she saw the other 2 attendants hold back Yinghua, who was on the verge of jumping in to attack, Mau Mau thought it would be about time for her to make them quiet down. Mau Mau, who was standing close behind Yinghua and the others, looked towards the blue-clad attendants with her hand over her nose. An attendant, who had narrowed her eyes dubiously, having noticed something, whispered into the ears of the attendant next to her, just like a game of pass the message. When the message was finally passed to the last attendant, the palace ladies, intimidated, raised shaking fingers, their mouths gaped open in overwhelmed fluster.
Did they finally notice me?
Mau Mau made her characteristic smile that looked like a wolf that caught its prey to the maids.
What is it?
Yinghua, who didn't know that Mao Mao was grinning behind her, doubted her opponents, who suddenly trembled like small animals.
Well, we'll let you in this time. Be thankful.
The attendant spat out a panting remark that didn't make any sense and moved off to the edge of the curtain. Even though there were other free spaces, they chose to move to the place furthest from Mao Mao's group. Seeing the dumbfounded Yinghua and the other attendants,
They really were hurt.
Yinghua recovered and met Mao Mao's gaze.
Gosh, those jerks from before. Sorry that it made you feel unpleasant, even though you are really this cute.
Don't worry about it. Leaving that aside, would you like to replace your hand warmer?
No, it's still warm. It's fine. At any rate, why did they suddenly start trembling like that?
Who knows? Maybe they wanted to go pick flowers.
By the way, the current Mao Mao had the setup of a young girl who, in addition to being made a disposable pawn of a food toaster, of a food taster, after being sold from a chastised by her parent, had endured 2 months of grand bullying at the Crystal Palace, and fell to a disturbing cruel man to the point of defiling her own face. It was troubling that Yinghua and the other's delusional strength was impressive for their age. Mao Mao, who was also troubled by the image of Jinji, who had bumped into her, a personage like a celestial maiden, but being concerned about a pitiful girl. No matter who you look at it, it was a marvel. On the other side, I'm messing up, I'm sorry guys.
You're all good.
On the other side, another war by proxy was continuing. The numbers were 7 versus 7. Attendants dressed white outfits and the attendants dressed in dark colored outfits. The former were the virtuous consorts maids, and the latter were the pure consorts.
That side also has a bad relationship. Their ages are 14 and 35. Even though they are both consorts, their ages are far apart enough to be mother and child, and they don't get along either. The novice is the virtuous consort, and the one with the long service is the pure consort. That is, well, there is a lot to say about it. That's true, and they used to be daughter-in-law and mother-in-law.
Daughter-in-law and mother-in-law?
Mao Mao heard about something that didn't seem like something from the inner palace. She tilted her head.
Indeed, it's a little complicated.
The two had a relationship of the previous emperor's consort and the crown prince consort. The time the previous emperor passed away, his consort became a nun to observe mourning. However, it was said that publicly, as she had retired from the real world once before, it was decided that she had not served the previous emperor, so she now has married his son.
The previous emperor's era was 5 years ago.
At the time, whether it was due to some long talk due to politics or whatever, the virtue consort was 9 years old. It was said she became a consort at that age.
No matter what kind of lust there are, that isn't something you hear.
As she recalled the emperor with the beautiful beard, the comment she then heard made her know the shocking truth.
It's impossible, isn't it, that the mother-in-law had been 9 years old?
Dylan told her something that was hard to believe. Oh no. Another chapter.
If you need to tap out, you can. Don't worry.
I think I'm holding you guys back.
No, it's fine. You're doing great.
Well, if you guys think so, I'm gonna lock in. I'm just nervous, that's all.
Yeah, of course.
All right, let me
got
lock
it.
in.
Mm-hmm.
Let me lock in. Chapter 20. Garden Party. Her first impression of Li Shu, the virtuous consort, was a child who couldn't read the room. Mao Mao and Giyuan went to where the imperial princess was during the intermission at the end of the first part of the banquet. When Giyuan, I'm going to say it's Giyuan. When Giyuan went to replace her cooled hand warmer, Mao Mao went to check on the baby's condition.
It doesn't look like anything physically. It doesn't look like anything physically wrong with her in particular.
The shrieking imperial princess, Lingli, with her face like an apple, was much more expressive compared to the first time she met her. She must be doted by even her father, the Imperior, and her grandmother, the Empress Dowager.
But are they really going to leave her outside like this?
If the Imperial Princess caught a cold from this, it wouldn't be unreasonable to think that Mao Mao's head might roll. Because of that, she fashioned a baby bed that was like a bird's nest in the basket, specifically using the lid that was crafted by the craftsman.
Well, it's cute, so it should be fine.
For Mao Mao, who didn't like children, to think she was cute, babies were terrifying beings. She gently lifted the Imperial Princess, who had started to crawl, back into her basket to pass over to Honyan, when she heard someone breathing roughly behind her. Mao Mao saw a young girl wearing a luxurious and gorgeous, deep, peach-colored large sleeve outfit there. She was followed by several attendants behind her. Though her face was charming, her lips were puckered in displeasure.
This is the young mother-in-law.
Seeing Honyan and Ginyuan bowing their heads deeply, she followed suit. Consort Li Shu, who looked truly displeased, was leading her attendants off to somewhere.
Was that the virtuous consort?
Yes, that's right. Well, you should pretty much know when you see her.
I wonder if there are various things she can't read.
The various things would be the cues of this place. When one becomes a part of the four madams, they were granted their own personal signature. Consort Gyoku was given the signature of Deep Crimson and Jade. Consort Liua would be an ultramarine and crystal, and the pure consort, seeing as that was what she was wearing, should probably be black. She resides in the Garnet Palace, so her jewel would be garnet.
If we go with the 5 elements, white should be appropriate, though.
Consort Li Shu's outfit was deep peach. The color was like Consort Gyoko's red outfit, with the banquet seating arrangement where Consort Gyoko and Consort Li Shu sat behind each other. People would glance that the colors clashed.
Which reminds me...
She had a feeling that the attendants' quarrel she could hear in the distance was about that issue.
How should I say this? She's still young, isn't she?
Onyan, who sighed deeply, missed everything with a single remark. The lukewarm hand warmers were put into the previously prepared brazier. Mao Mao also decided to pass over to some attendants she saw surrounding them at a distance, with the permission of Consort Gyoko. Gyoko. Yeah, okay. It was somewhat strange seeing the attendants, who were like silks and jewelry, get greatly delighted over the warmed stones. It was unfortunate that Mao Mao was unable to pass any to the attendants from the Crystal Palace, seeing as when Mao Mao approached them, they maintained a fixed distance as if they were repelled by magnets.
In the end, you're just soft-hearted?
Though Yingyue said that in amazement.
That might be as you say.
Mao Mao frankly told her what she felt.
Speaking of that,
As it was the intermission, it couldn't be helped that a lot of people were walking through the back of the curtains. It wasn't just attendants. There were military officers and civil officers too. Everyone was holding on to an accessory in one hand. If there were those who faced the palace ladies one-to-one, then there were those who surrounded the palace ladies in a several-to-one group. It seemed that Gyuan and Iron were also talking to an unknown military officer.
Sorry, did I miss my cue?
yeah, it's alright.
Thank you.
That way they can invite excellent, capable people who are hidden in the flower garden.
Okay.
They give us an accessory that symbolizes it.
Is that so?
Well, there's also another meaning behind it.
I see.
Yingyue crossed her arms and pouted at her unusually uninterested reply.
I said there's also another meaning behind it.
Is that so?
Mao Mao wasn't going to hear that meaning.
In that case, hand that kansashi over to me, please.
Okay, but you'll have to fight over the two with rock, paper, scissors.
Mao Mao said as she turned over the pocket warmers in the brazier. This talk doesn't concern Mao Mao, who had planned to quickly return to the pleasure district after her 2 years of service was up. That aside,
If I'm going to work that hard, it would be better if I apprenticed at the Crystal Palace instead. Huh.
saying that, she made a face as though she was looking at a locust that stopped breathing. Young lady, please have this. Kanzashi was presented to her before her eyes. She looked up. She saw a fearless-looking large man smiling sweetly at her. He didn't have a matching beard yet, though he had a face that fell under the category of handsome. Mao Mao, Mao Mao, who had strong resistance to unnecessarily sweet smiles, only looked back at him without any strong feelings. Though the military officer seemed to notice that her reaction was not what he expected, he did not stop offering his present in hand. He did not stop offering his presented hand. His legs shook as he stood on his tiptoes, with his body bent. Mao Mao noticed that she seemed to be the cause of this man's dilemma.
Thanks.
Mao Mao took it, looking like a pet owner who praised her puppy. He reminded her of a mongrel somehow. See you then. Nice meeting you. I go by Lihaku.
I probably won't be seeing him again, though.
Waved his hand. There were still 10 or so kanzashi slipped in the large breed's dog belt, so the attendants won't be embarrassed. He probably planned to distribute those to everyone.
If that's the case, I did something bad.
She gazed at the peach-colored coral kanzashi.
Did you receive that?
Yuan and the other came by saying that each of them had their spoils of war slipped into their sashes.
It is a participation prize, though.
Mao Mao replied without feeling, and then from behind.
Aren't you lonely with only that much?
It was a noble voice she was familiar with. She turned around, and there stood Consort Lihua, with her voluptuous breasts.
Did she gain a bit of weight?
Even so, it wasn't like her previous body. However, there was still a shadow of the consort's beauty. She was wearing a dark blue skirt, a sky-colored tunic, and a blue shawl.
Isn't she a bit cold?
As long as Mao Mao was with Consort Gyokyu, she was unable to back Consort Liwa, even after she had left the Crystal Palace. With only Jishi as the intermediary, she heard nothing about her condition. Although, she understood that even if she went to visit the palace, the maids would stand at the front gates and tell her to get lost.
It's been a while.
A while.
Consort Liwa, looking up, touched Mao Mao's hair. Again, just like the time with Jishi, she stuck something here. This time it didn't hurt.
Well then, pleasure meeting you.
She walked away gracefully, chiding her attendants who couldn't completely hide their shock. The ones amazed were the Jalit's palace attendants.
Ah, with this, Gyokyo-sama is going to be really peeved.
Mingua flipped the decorations of the kanzashi with an amazed face. The 3 red crystal balls on the kanzashi swayed. I did it, guys. I did it.
You got it. Good job.
You made it.
Hey, good job.
You did it.
Oh, gulp.
Only 4 more chapters to go.
Yeah.
Oi.
Oh, thank goodness. How did I do this?
You did great.
As I'm voicing this, I'm noticing
satisfied
I'm
you
not
guys.
used to. You're doing great.
Yeah, it's pretty nervous
I
having a
have
few
to
live
say,
stream
as
too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Thing is also, I'm not used to doing high-pitched voices for feminine characters, so if I'm inconsistent, that's between me and God.
You're all good. I do it all
worry
the
about
fucking
it.
time.
Now, guys,
I feel
Evelyn
you.
God.
When they play a girl character, I feel like that'd be nice.
It's okay.
That was not bad.
Damn, maybe I gotta get you to voice Mama next time.
I don't know. Gulp.
Are you ready for the next part of the garden party?
Yes.
Hey, Taildi,
Hell
are you
yeah.
ready
Sure,
for
let's do it.
5 pages of straight narration? It's you and me.
I am ready.
I'm not editing. I'm just watching.
Yeah, you get to sit
More
back
than-
and relax now.
Sit back and relax. Just enjoy the vibes.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
All
yeah.
right.
The vibes.
All right. Here we go. Chapter 21, Garden Party, Part 3. When noon came around, Mamo alternated with Honyon to wait behind Consort Gyokyo. Hearing Yinghua's advice, the 3 kanzashi she received were all slipped to her sash for the time being. Since what Consort Gyokyo had given her was a necklace, wearing one kanzashi should have been fine, but that would make a difference in merit to the kanzashi she didn't wear. It was quite a spectacle to view the banquet once again from the seats of honor. Military officers lined the west side, and civil officials lined the east. Sitting at about 1/5 from the middle of the long table was Gyoshun on a seat on the military officer side, Though she realized that he was more of a big shot than she had thought, she was surprised the eunuch was able to line up there without feeling out of place. The large man from before was also sitting there. He was closer to the lower seats than Gyoshin, but he might be more successful considering his age. In contrast, Jinshi was nowhere to be seen. Seeing as he sparkled to that degree, he should be someone she would find easily, though. As there was no need to find him, she decided to devote herself to her main job. The wine came first thing before the meal. They were slowly poured from glass containers into silver cups. She took the cup slowly, checking to see if there was cloudiness in the places she touched. It would blacken if there was arsenic poison. She sniffed the cup while she slowly turned it and held the contents in her mouth. Though she knew there was no poison, if a food taster didn't swallow, the food tasting wouldn't be recognized. She moistened her throat with a gulp, then rinsed her mouth with fresh water.
Oh.
It turns out that people were observing her. The other food tasters had yet to drink from their cups. After they confirmed that nothing happened to Mao Mao, they timidly raised their cups to their lips.
Well, that's normal.
Everyone was afraid of death. If there was anyone who tried first, it was safest to watch to make sure before they do it themselves.
If you have to use poison at the banquet, it would have to be fast acting.
Among those people, the one who would deliberately ingest poison would be only Mao Mao. In this world, there isn't such a rare type of person.
If you must, pufferfish would be good. The guts would nicely dissolve into the soup.
That numbing feeling on the tip of the tongue was irresistible. To get that feeling, Mama didn't know how many times she repeatedly pumped her stomach and vomited. As she thought about that, she locked eyes with an attendant who was bringing in the appetizers. The corner of her lips had been raised. It seemed she was grinning evilly. It seemed she was completely charmed by the idea of it. Mama returned to her usual expressionless face. The appetizer she received was a dish that occasionally came out as supper, being the Emperor's favorite food. It looks like the meal was cooked from the inner palace side, the usual thing. As the other food tasters were staring at Mao Mao, she hurriedly picked it up with her chopsticks. It was a fish and vegetable namasu. Though he was a lusty old man, the food taster had to say that his eating habits were unexpectedly health conscious.
The setting is wrong.
It wasn't the usual ingredient. It couldn't be that they made a mistake with the recipe of the Emperor's favorite food. If that was the case, this here had to be something made for a different consort. The Inner Palace's meal duty were capable at their job. Even if they used the same menu, they cooked the Emperor's and the consort's meals separately. When Consort Gyokyo was nursing, they prepared a menu for continuous milk production. The food tasting ended. Seeing everyone in the middle of eating the appetizer, she decided it really was just a mistaken setting. Consort Lishu, the one who couldn't read the room, was pale-faced.
Is this something she hates?
With the Emperor's favorite food for her, there was no way the consort could leave it, so she endured and was eating it. Mama looked behind the consort. Her food taster attendant had closed her eyes, lips trembling. Mama saw and understood the faint arc those lips drew.
I saw something unpleasant.
Returning her gaze, Mama received the next dish. It would be good if this was a normal banquet. Lahaku felt he was unable to fit in with high-class nobles down from the palace circles. How is it fun, he thought, to have a banquet outside in the cold and wind? No, it would be fine if it was just a banquet. Just like the olden days, enjoying alcohol and meat with mutual companions in a peach garden would be certainly fun. However, when there were nobles together, there was always poison in hand. The dishes, no matter what high-class ingredients, what secret techniques employed, its deliciousness would be halved by the time the food tasting was over. It wasn't that he was blaming the food tasters, but seeing their frightened, pale faces as they slowly eat from their spoon every single time, that was what killed his appetite. Today as well, he thought they were taking an awfully long time for the same pointless thing. However, it was somehow a little different. Usually, it was a given that all the food tasters would look at each other as they take their turn holding the spoon. Today, however, there was a recklessly enthusiastic food taster. The noble consort's food taster, a short maid with not even one kanzashi seen on her, swirled a silver cup before drinking from it. After she slowly swallowed it, she rinsed her mouth as if it was nothing. Thinking back, he was sure he had seen her from somewhere and had given her a kanzashi not so long ago. She was pretty, but wasn't much of a looker. The type that was quite hidden among the beautiful palace ladies of the inner palace. However, she was a girl who was expressionless in some respects, piercing eyes that captivated others. For such an unfriendly girl, she was surprisingly expressive. While thinking she was expressionless, she suddenly grinned for some reason, and when he was thinking about that, her face returned to what was before, and this time she was making a sullen face. And yet she was tasting for poison as if it was natural. She was so strange. He wondered what sort of face she would make next. It was the perfect time waster. The soup was presented. The girl put her spoon in. She peered at it, slowly placed on the tip of her tongue. He thought that the girl's eyes widened for an instant. She suddenly smiled as though she was melting in intoxication. Her cheeks were flushed, eyes on the verge of watering. Her lips drew an arc. From her slightly parted lips, he saw white teeth and a captivating tongue. This was why women were terrifying. Those lips that licked up that drop was like the ripe smile of a high-class courtesan. The cooking must be indescribably delicious. To make an ordinary girl make such a fascinating act, was it something inside it? Or was it the skills of the imperial court's chefs? The time he was gulping down saliva, an unbelievable act came from the girl. She took a hand towel from her bosom and spat out what she just ate.
This is poison.
The maid, who was expressionless again, stated her task matter and disappeared behind the curtain. The end of the banquet was announced amid the commotion. Chapter 22. After the Festival.
You were, well, quite energetic for a food taster.
She had finished rinsing her mouth and was in the middle of zoning out when the leisurely youth, who tended to appear at unexpected times, appeared. He was often found in places considerably far from the banquet.
Pleasant day to you, Jinchi-sama.
She was going to reply with her usual expressionless face, but her cheeks were somewhat weak from the lingering effects of poison. It was slightly irritating that she had responded with a smile.
Rather, aren't you the one having a pleasant day?
He suddenly grabbed her arm.
Oh, what are you doing?
I'm obviously taking you to the medical office. It's no laughing matter to be so lively after ingesting poison.
In actual fact, she was energetic. She wondered what it would be like if she swallowed it without spitting it out. Curiosity ran through her. It must be because of the pins and needles that were running through her right now.
I shouldn't have spat it out.
Could she have the rest of the soup at least? She looked at Jinchi inquiringly.
You are an idiot.
I'd rather you say my aspirations to my work are high.
Well, normally, she would withdraw such aspirations. Somehow, Jinchi, who was usually pointlessly sparkly, had a different air about him at the moment. Although he was wearing a new kanzashi on his head, the clothes he wore were the same high-class outfit before. No, his lapels were slightly disheveled. Did some disheveling happen? Indeed. So it was that, huh? This scoundrel. His saccharine voice was somewhat husky, and that gentle smile wasn't there either.
He can adjust his sparkle?
Or was it that he was exhausted after a love affair? The reason he wasn't at the banquet could be because he led away or had been led away by a palace lady or civil official or a military officer or a eunuch. Let's go with that. How vigorous.
This way is still fine.
Though he was certainly beautiful, he did look like a young man appropriate for his age like. No, rather he looked several times younger. Shall she ask Gaoshen to have this guy to postpone indecent activities before he comes here from now on? Leaving whether he'll listen aside.
You looked so lively when you left. There was a guy who questioned if it was really poison and ate it.
Who is that fool?
The poison was pufferfish poison. The effects of the poison don't show up immediately after eating.
The cabinet minister has gone numb. There was a huge commotion over there.
Indeed, the future of this country was also in danger.
Since we are already in this situation, I suggest you let him use this.
She rummaged through her bosom pocket and took out a pouch. It was a vomit-inducing drug she put in the false bottom of her dress.
I made it so I'll make you vomit to the point of turning your stomach.
Hey, would that make it a poison then?
There's also a court physician here. There will be no problems if we leave it to him.
Mamo came to a stop, suddenly remembering.
What's wrong?
I have something to ask you. There's someone I want to bring along with us.
Who could that be?
He frowned, head tilted.
Can you call for the virtuous consort, Lishu-sama?
Mamo said in a dignified voice. Consort Lishu was summoned. She, who had smiled happily at Jinchi with a look of springtime, looked at Mao Mao with an unamused, "Oh, it's you" expression. Perhaps she couldn't calm down. She was rubbing her left hand with her right hand. A childish woman. They had planned to go to the medical office, but because the crowd there due to the stupid big shot, they had no choice but to use an unoccupied office. Comparing them like this, there was a difference in the buildings to the inner palace, too. Consort Lishu made a slightly sulky face at the plain, unrefined large room. The one who came in after them was the only person they had requested Gaoshen to get. Mamo ate the antidote with. She would be fine even if she didn't eat it. She ate it out of interest towards the medicine compounded by another person as a precaution. Unlike the quack doctor, this court physician seemed outstanding. If he knew about pufferfish poison, he should know that an antidote was pointless. Setting down the lukewarm liquid, she bowed once to Consort Lishu.
Excuse me.
She took hold of the consort's left hand and pulled up her long sleeves to reveal a slender.
As I expected.
Skin that was supposed to be smooth to the touch had broken out in red rashes.
There are things you can't eat, right? Among seafood?
Consort Lishu cast her eyes down.
What is the meaning of this?
Jinchi asked with his arms crossed, before she noticed that celestial maiden's gracefulness was radiating from him again. However, that usual smile wasn't there.
Depending on the person, there are those who respectively have things they can't eat. Aside from seafood, there are also things like egg, wheat, and dairy products, along with Along the same lines, I cannot eat buckwheat.
Jinshi and Gaoshen showed blatantly surprised faces. It was as if they were saying, even though you eat poison without batting an eyelid?
Leave me alone.
There was a time she made an effort to make herself able to eat at once, but her airways constricted, giving her shortness of breath. She got rashes from eating and absorbing it in her stomach to begin with. It was difficult to regulate the quantity, and her recovery was also slow. That was why she gave up on accustoming herself to it. She thought of challenging it again sooner or later, but she couldn't try it in the inner palace that only had that quack doctor.
How did you know about that? Before that, is your stomach okay? It doesn't look like you have nausea or stomach cramps, though. If you like, I'll dispense you a laxative.
At those words, the consort shook her head vigorously. Saying that in front of the heavenly person she admired was considerably mean. That was a bit of revenge.
Well then, please sit down and listen.
Gaoshen, a diligent man despite his appearance, pulled out a chair for her. There, Consort Lishu sat.
It's because your meals were switched with Gyokyo-sama's meals. As Gyokyo-sama isn't picky with her food, she usually partakes the same dishes as the Emperor.
And despite this, there were only 1 or 2 ingredients that were different.
What you can't eat, is it mackerel or abalone?
The consort nodded. Mama didn't miss the agitation of the attendant at the back.
This is something only people who have things they can eat know. It is an issue before pickiness. You only got hives this time, but it can cause shortness of breath and even heart failure sometimes. So to speak, in a way you can understand, it is the same as serving poison.
The talk of poison elicited a nervous response.
Lishu-sama, it may have been something you couldn't speak out with the mood of the setting, but what you did was extremely dangerous.
Mamo established that to the consort and the attendant, who had a dazed look.
Please never forget that.
It's not a game. I'm not
She advised that to
robot.
both parties equally. After some time passed,
Please relay that to the ones in charge of setting your meals as well.
Mamo said, but it didn't seem to have gone through the heads of the consort and the attendant. To the accompanying attendant, Mamo explained to her the dangers in detail and passed over the methods she wrote down to deal with the case of it happening. The woman was pale-faced, shaking her head feebly.
This is what a threat is like, huh?
The attendant was the food taster woman, that woman who smiled. After Consort Lishu withdrew from the room, she noticed the clingy atmosphere behind her and the hand that came to touch her shoulder. She looked at him coldly, as if looking at a dried-up earthworm was preferable. I am of humble birth, so can you please not touch me with your hands? Stop the clinginess, she told the rascal in a roundabout way.
Only you would say such things.
Well then, everyone is paying attention.
She briskly pulled away. Sighing at the voice that sounded like heartburn, she sought for the refreshing Yaoshen, but the aide who was loyal to his master appealed to her with his eyes to, please bear with it for me.
Well then, I'll go report this to Gyokyo-sama.
Why did you specially have the food taster attendant come in the same room?
He just suddenly got to the core of things. That's why it was hard for her to escape.
What are you talking about? I am unable to understand, though.
Then, was it a mistake in the table setting?
I don't know that either.
She played ignorance to the end.
Answer this for me at least. The one they had been aiming for was the virtuous consort, isn't it?
If there was no poison in the other plates.
That would be the case. Seeing Jinchi deep in thought, Mama withdrew from the room and sighed deeply as she leaned against the wall.
2 more chapters left.
Nice. 2 more, and then that's it.
Huzzah!
Woo, I am going to take a quick 2-minute break, just because I really need to pee, and then we'll start up with the last 2 chapters. I'll be back in a second.
Sounds good. Go forth.
Yay. Entertaining noises that
Yeah.
fill the silence.
So how about this weather we've been having?
Man,
Wow.
Airplane food,
Absolutely
am I right?
terrific. Wow. Did you watch the game last night?
the sports
sure
ball
did.
game?
The sports ball
Ah,
game,
yes,
indeed, where
my
they hit the
favorite
ball
sports
with
ball
the
game.
thing.
Ooh,
Oh,
my
I love when
favorite
they hit the
kind of game.
ball.
Wow. Man, all those points. Isn't that right?
So many points.
You know,
So
I love
many
when that guy
points.
hits the ball, but when the other guy hits the ball, I just can't stand it.
It makes me quite upset. I just can't put my finger on it.
So icky.
I've been making bets on who will hit the ball better.
Wow. I love gambling.
Gambling problem?
Gambling is great.
Seek help. Call 1-800 Stop Gambling.
Wow.
Wow.
Yay.
welcome back.
Wow.
We told people to stop gambling while you were gone.
You told them to stop gambling?
On
Yeah,
sports
I
was
ball
encouraging it.
events.
On sports ball, but if you want to gamble on like Star Rail,
You know
One
what?
more poll.
I
one more
like
pull,
this.
surely it'll be the SSR.
I like this. Is everybody
Yay.
ready?
Yes.
We got.
Are you ready?
I'm so ready. Yippee. We've got,
Yippee.
I think, a little bit more Yinghua left. I know you were gonna run off after this, but could you cover tail me?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
I got it.
Thank you.
Ying Hua.
Nice.
There might be like one other one, but we'll find out as we get there.
Just-
I can't remember.
Just poke me. I'll be here.
So we've got Oh, okay. So it's just Yinghua, Gyokyo, Gaoshun, and Mao Mao, and then the last chapter is
Yay.
just Gaoshun, Mao Mao, Jinchi.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay, everybody ready?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
It's time. Chapter 23. Fingers. Mama was stuck with being carefully nursed at the moment she returned to the Jade Palace. She was forced, dumbfoundedly, into a change of clothes and was thrown into a vacant bedroom with a high-class futon laid out. Not the narrow room she usually used. The futon was made from high-class cotton, a world of difference to the usual bed that was just piled with straw matting. My body doesn't feel strange, and I already drank the antidote. Truthfully speaking, the antidote was pointless. That was the sort of poison it was.
What are you saying? The cabinet minister who ate it was super terrible after you left. There's no way that he was fine just because he had vomited it out.
Yinghua worriedly placed the damp cloth on her forehead. What a truly foolish cabinet minister. He should have vomited out properly as an initial treatment. Even if she was curious, she couldn't leave here now. So she decided to close her eyes as there was nothing else she could do. It was a pointlessly long day. She woke up before noon, having accumulated quite a bit of tiredness. For a maid, this was bad. After she woke up and changed clothes, she decided to look for a Honyan.
before that,
She returned to her room to look for the face powder she always used. Though it was a face powder, it wasn't the pure white thing that everyone used. Rather, it was what she always used to make her freckles. She applied the powder in front of a polished copper mirror, patting the areas around the tattoo with her fingertips. She particularly coated the top of her nostrils densely.
I should be going barefaced at this point.
It was troublesome having to explain it over and over again. On the contrary, she wondered if she should just hide the freckles. But that, in its own way, was embarrassing. It probably left an impression of a girl falling in love for the first time, that she became prettier. Somehow that misunderstanding would be mortifying to her. She ate one mooncake from the remaining snacks as she was hungry. Honyan was looking after the Imperial Princess in Consort Gyakyo's place. She couldn't take her eyes off the energetic Imperial Princess and had her hands full of it, like having to remove the bedsheet so that it won't be pulled off, or holding the chair used for walking practice for the princess.
I sincerely apologize about oversleeping.
Mao Mao bowed deeply.
It would have been fine if you took a rest today.
Consort Gyakyo clapped her cheeks with a troubled expression and tilted her head.
That cannot do. Please instruct me if there is anything.
She said something like that, but in actual fact, seeing how she normally went about doing her own things, it would be fine whether there was anything or not.
The freckles.
Consort Gyakyo brought up a topic she really didn't want her to mention.
I'm not comfortable with it, so can we leave it like this?
You have a point.
She backed down surprisingly easily. Mao Mao faced the consort dubiously.
Everyone came close, asking who in the world that maid was. It was dreadful.
I sincerely apologize.
That face is convenient because it's not recognizable at a glance.
Mao Mao had planned to go about peacefully, but it didn't seem to be the case. Exactly what went wrong?
Also, Gyaoshin has been here since the morning. He seemed so free he didn't know what to do, so he's outside doing the weeding.
Weeding. As expected of the diligent man, though she was pretty sure that he was a significantly high official, surely there was no doubt that he was powerfully capturing the hearts of the other attendants.
May I use the living room?
Go ahead. We'll get him at once.
Consort Gyakyo took the Imperial Princess from Honyan. Honyan left the room to call for Gaoshun. It would have been faster if she had gone herself, but Consort Gyakyo stayed her hand, and so she moved to the living room.
This is from Jinchi-sama.
Gaoshun hardly greeted her as soon as he arrived and placed the cloth bundle on the table. She opened it up. It was a silver bowl containing the soup that had been served. Originally, it wasn't for Mao Mao to eat. It was supposed to be Consort Gyakyo's food. He had refused yesterday, but in the end, he had carefully brought it over for her. That was sincere of him, and at the same time, they were telling her to investigate it.
Please, don't eat it.
I won't. Silver tarnishes severely, after all.
Gaoshun probably didn't know the other reason why she wasn't eating it. He looked at her doubtfully. Mao Mao held the bowl, taking care not to touch it directly, and squinted at it. Not the contents of the bowl, but the bowl itself.
Did you hold this with your bare hands?
No. I only mixed the potentially poisoned contents with a spoon.
He was against touching poisonous things. To not touch it, he wrapped it up with a cloth. Hearing that, Mau Mau's lips curved.
I see. Please wait a second.
Mau Mau left the living room and went to the kitchen. With a rustle, she took out something. Next, she went to the bedroom she slept in. Just then, she bowed her head at the high-class mattress and unraveled the seams of the cloth. She returned to the living room with its contents. What she brought in were white powder and soft-looking cotton. Mau Mau rolled the cotton into a bowl and added the powder. She patted the silver container down with it. Gao Shun tilted his head, peering close.
Well,
Traces of powder remained on the bowl.
These are touch marks of human hands.
Fingers break out in oil easily and so leave marks on utensils upon contact. It was much more so for severely tarnished silver utensils. There was a time in the past where her dad stained the bowls that Mau Mau wasn't allowed to touch as a prevention against her pranks. Using that as a reference, it went surprisingly well. When she tried it out on a whim, the finer the powder, the more clearly you can see the marks.
You must wipe it with a cloth before you use silver utensils. It's pointless if there is tarnish on it.
There were several fingertips on the bowl. There were several fingerprints on the bowl. She could make many guesses on how it was held based on just the finger sizes and location.
As I thought, even the prints can be made out. The one who held the bowl.
She realized she made the mistake of starting to speak. That didn't escape Gao Shun.
what is it?
No.
There was no reason to keep a poor secret. It couldn't be helped that yesterday's trick became pointless.
It should be 4 people in total. Who touched this bowl?
She pointed at the white prints, taking care to not touch it with her finger.
As your finger didn't touch the bowl, when you polish it, it would be the one who served the soup, the one who set the table, the virtuous consort's food taster, plus 1 other person.
Gao Shun raised his fearless face to look at Mau Mau.
Why did the food taster do that?
If possible, she wanted to go through with it peacefully. That was dependent on the looks of this stoic man.
It's simple.
Mau Mau set down the container. A bitter expression ran across her face.
Bullying.
Chapter 24. Chilin.
Bullying.
Gao Shun had a look of disbelief. That's right. Attendants must not do such things to high-ranking consorts. It was unthinkable.
It's hard to believe.
If the other party was reluctant to understand it, Mau Mau also wouldn't think of taking about it. She didn't like to talk of speculation. However, it was cruel for her to explain why the attendant had touched the bowl. She decided to honestly speak her mind instead of doing a poor job of pretending otherwise.
Can you tell me about it?
I will. I just want to say in advance that this is just my speculation.
That's fine.
She talked about it first from Consort Li Shu's unique position, about her becoming the previous emperor's consort despite her young age and leaving her family as a result of that. Many women were educated to fully commit their body as wives to their husbands. It was more prominent for those who were well bred. Even if it was said to be political, the fact that Consort Li Shu married the son of her deceased husband was severely unvirtuous.
Did you see Consort Li Shu's garden party outfit? She didn't read the room.
However, everyone in her retinue had been wearing corresponding white outfits.
Normally, attendants are supposed to advise their consorts on what to wear. Otherwise, they would wear outfits that would complement her. But what we saw there was as if only Consort Li Shu was clowning around.
Attendants were people who supported their master. That was what Honyan and the other had told her. Even the things Yinghua had said during the garden party, she understood as reality. If she thought of it that way, it brought out a different side to the incident where those maids were arguing amongst each other about Consort Li Shu's outfit.
The pure consort's attendants must have been scolding timid Li Shu's attendants.
The young consort Li Shu most surely wore that outfit as she was flattered by her attendants and was told that it matched her. There was no doubt about it. In the inner palace, everyone around her was an enemy. So the only ones she could trust were her attendants.
It wasn't just that. Didn't they also swap the dishes to trouble Consort Li Shu?
That's right. As a result, she narrowly escaped death.
Pufferfish poison had no effect in the first moment. In other words, it wasn't swapped. She would have put it in her mouth thinking that the food tasting was fine. It would have taken 10 minutes.
What a distasteful way of doing things.
Let's leave the speculation off here.
She picked up the bowl again and pointed with her finger.
This here is probably the fingerprints of the one who poisoned it. They had held it by the edge when they mixed in the poison.
You must not touch the rim of food bowls. That was also one of Honyan's teachings. The reason being that you must not contaminate the place where the lips of the noble ones touch with your fingers.
This ends my opinion.
Gaoshan looked at the silver bowl as he stroked his chin.
Can I ask one question?
What is it?
She replied to Gaoshan, who was bundling up the food bowl.
Why did you cover for that attendant?
In response to Mao Mao, who looked at him dubiously, Gaoshan added that he was asking out of curiosity. Compared to a consort,
an attendant's life is worth almost nothing.
Even more so for a food taster, Gaoshan gave a barely perceivable nod, as if he understood her meaning.
I will explain everything to Jinchi-sama.
Thank you very much.
After she sent off Gaoshan, Mama dropped down on the chair.
That's right. I need to thank her. She took the time to swap it for me, after all.
At the same time, she thought, I knew I should have swallowed it.
That is all.
Jinchi ran his hands through his hair as he listened to Gaoshen's report. The desk was piled with documents waiting to be stamped.
No matter when I hear it, you have a way with words.
Is that so?
The tough aide said courteously.
No matter how much I think about it, the perpetrator has to be an insider.
It's turning out to be the case with these circumstances.
His head was starting to ache. He wanted to stop thinking. At any rate, there was no time to sleep from tomorrow. He couldn't even change clothes. He wanted to stamp his feet.
Your true nature is coming out.
He wasn't smiling as usual. He was sulking, looking like his age. It seemed that Gaoshen was able to read him clearly.
Isn't it fine? There's no one here.
I am here.
You're an extra.
You cannot.
Jinchi had asked in jest, but it didn't pass through to this overly serious man. This person was bothersome, seeing how he was also the one who looked after him since birth.
You're still wearing the kanzashi.
That's no good.
It's hidden, so no one will notice it.
When Jinchi pulled out the deeply embedded kanzashi from his hair, the design became visible. It was called a Qilin, an indescribable legendary creature that was both deer and horse.
Then I'll leave it to you for safekeeping.
He casually flung it at Gaoshen.
Please treasure it. It's an important thing.
I get it already.
You don't get it.
After he finished scolding, his minder for 16 years left the office. Jinchi, with a childish expression, laid his head on the table. There was still a lot of work left. He must quickly make free time.
Let's do this.
He stretched widely and picked up the writing brush so that he could become a leisurely person. He had no choice but to finish his work. Woo! That's the end.
All right.
Good job,
Gotta
everyone.
do your work before you can go play.
That wasn't even acting at the end for me. That was just like, oh,
Yeah, it's like, oh, yeah, Jesus.
gotta get this done.
Oh, I forget how tough narrating is sometimes.
Yeah, I was gonna say you were doing like the narration for the 2 chapters, plus also doing the main character.
Yeah.
Swapping those voices over and over and over again.
I have some practice doing something similar for Studio Reverie, which is another project I work on. I would go from like being all the way up here to be like in like 3 lines.
Oh, yep.
Oh, jeez.
Yes.
Oh, the agony.
And then I had to play like super deep voice dragon like a chapter later.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like I have full range of characters. They're all in like the span of 2 hours. It's great.
Oh man.
Not
What
to
gets
mention,
me excited for the future.
Oh, I can't wait. Not to mention, there was a point in time where I had to narrate an entire chapter in character.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Oh,
Good
it's fun though. Thank you everyone
this
for
was really fun.
coming. I'm glad you all enjoyed
Yeah.
it.
Oh, yeah, thank you for doing another session. It's always fun.
Thank you. You guys are all amazing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And I hear from a little birdie that Studio Reverie is about to go live. So
Oh wow.
Go click on
Yeah,
the
yeah.
link. The
Everyone go check them out.
the main manager is
it.
about to do an editing stream, so go check them out. I'm gonna be lurking in
it.
there asking some questions as well. It's gonna be great.
Yeah. Some little behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah.
Da, da, da.
But thank you all so much for
Alright.
coming. I appreciate it.
Yo.
You're all
Alright,
amazing.
See you next
Bye bye.
week.
See you next week.
Bye.